Hey there, YouTube. This is the third installment of the quarantine process, and today the water looks a little clearer. To catch anybody up, these two fish were purchased on Friday. They were acclimated to the water, this 10-gallon quarantine tank. That is a cycled filter, a sponge filter from my main tank. And I added the Med Trio, the Maricin, the Periclins, and the Ikex from Aquarium Co-op, and dosed according to their instructions. I hadn't had an issue at all with the little orange fantail in the back, but the little calico there was doing a lot of non-movement or just nose down, kind of floating like she is now. And the water started out clear, but yesterday was really hazy. I attributed it to possibly a bacterial bloom, maybe. I don't know. Because even though, these fish were new to me, they hadn't been shipped, so they weren't fasted for any amount of time. And I did notice, waste on the bottom of the aquarium floor that had come out. So I'm guessing, that ammonia probably spiked a bit. I didn't do anything to the water. I haven't been feeding since I purchased them. But I'm guessing that little ammonia spike is what was causing the cloudiness, and it is starting to clear up on its own. It is still significantly cloudy compared to what I'm used to, and what I mean by that is, this is my main tank, which is crystal clear. Hey ladies. So yeah, sorry for the switch in camera angle, but so yeah, I'm saying she because I'm not sure if right now is still nose down and kind of hovering, but I did see some, regular movements. I did see some right side swimming and just a little bit more energy, it seemed, like see she's wiggling a little bit. That's more than what's been happening. So she does revert back to that position of just being nose down, but showing some more signs of life here, like just doing a bit more. So yeah, and Cowboy back here could just care less, he's just like, oh yeah, swimming, carefree, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Yeah, hopefully little one will pull on through. Perhaps it was the ammonia spike that I'm assuming happened, or just all the meds at once and she's fighting off something, possible infection or whatnot, because I did see the first bits of waste and there's some at the back of the tank that you can kind of see speckled on the glass, but some of the waste that I did see was like that white stringy stuff that they say to look for when there's an internal parasite. So I did see a little bit of that, but then the stuff that I've been seeing now is a little bit more normal. I don't know if you guys can see that, but see, she'll right herself. But it's just like when she's resting, all of a sudden then comes the buoyancy issue. So she'll right herself, which is definitely progress that I'm glad to see. Very glad to see. And then when she's done swimming, she just goes right back to that. So yeah. But other than that, I saw what I thought to be like a little bit of fungus on the anal fins. Just a little bit, but it looks to be kind of clearing itself up. It doesn't look as bad as it was when I initially saw it. So I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful. See, when she wants to do it, she can do it now. And that is completely more than I had been saying from her. So, you guys, I'm sorry for all the reflections, but yeah. And like I said, they're in my the empty 10-gallon that I had available. And it also is just more convenient because the medications, as far as the quarantine instructions, are, dosed for 10 gallons. So, just made it a little more easy to measure out. So, yep. And what's funny? I actually turned down the sponge filter a bit. As you see, I had to put some paper towel towards the back because it was just a lot of splatter. So I was like, okay, well maybe I know I'm supposed to have it well oxygenated because sometimes the viscosity with the medication, or it can affect like the viscosity of the water and kind of hinder oxygen. But you know, maybe I just had it turned up too high for 10 gallons, and that might have been, you know, playing a part in it. I don't know. This is my first time officially quarantining with meds. You know, the last time I had to quarantine, so this is the first goldfish that we've had. I had to do a fish in cycle because I didn't know any better, and she just showed up at the doorstep, literally. Then this was the bonus baby, also a gift, and I quarantined, but I only used aquarium salt with her. And so then when I resolved to get 2 more, I said, you know, if I get them from, you know, an online seller or my local fish store, I will use the med trio, just because of, you know, just the different things that you hear and see. Sometimes, you know, looking online at a few places, I've seen some mangled looking fish, and, you know, the ones that you can tell just aren't 100%, you know, or even 65%, just because they've gone through stress enough with shipping, and then being shipped from where they're originally from to a seller, and then the seller shipping them to you. It's just a lot. So I've seen a lot of specimens, even online. You know, I won't name any names, but yeah, I've seen a lot of specimens online that just had, you know, kind of gnarly looking fins, and just, you could already tell, like, I'm a beginning fish keeper, or a beginner fish keeper, and I shouldn't be able to rightly identify, you know, fin rot from just looking at a picture. Yeah, just different things like that, you know. No diss to anybody, but I was just prepared to medicate whatever fish I decided to purchase from wherever I decided to purchase them. So this is my first time doing this. Yeah. And hopefully, you know, by this process, I've got it all mapped out on the calendar and whatnot. By the end of this process, the end of this week, you know, with no feedings and such, I'll be able to change 30% of the water, and then begin, you know, gently feeding, and then another 30% weekly until I get down to having, you know, 90% of the medicines out of the water. Then I am going to, that should be about 3 weeks or so. I might give it 4, just to have like a little break, and then redose medications. Do another week of, you know, letting them sit or marinate in it, and then changing 30% weekly until the medications are out of the water. Then I'm going to extend that process and salt. I'll do the salt dose for the 10 gallon, and at first I was just going to put in Cowboy with the other 2 ladies over there, but I think I'm going to, just to be on the safe side, you know, give a little salt for him too. So yeah, I'll leave him in there for the salt process as well, just so it can have a chance to replenish and build up that slime coat from the quarantine process. And yeah, I know it sounds like I'm just creating work for myself, but I really want to give them the best chance possible to be healthy, especially since, you know, this is the situation that we have here. Just want to do the best that I can with the life that I have chosen to take care of. I know. Oh, honey. Well, that's the quarantine situation, and these girls here are just doing fabulous. Hello, hon. Hi. Let's turn the light on you. Oh, sorry for the reflection, guys. Okay, so these are the babies in the main tank. And you know what? I think I'm going to salt in here too. As you can see, there is nothing in here except a sponge filter and some extra biomedia that I had. But I have spotted a little tear in my big girl's tail fin back here. So yeah, I'm going to salt in the tank just for her sake to help that heal, make sure no bacterial issues come about. I'm gonna feed you. Hold on a minute. Yeah, I don't know if you can see the torn fin is on, or the torn piece of her tail is on this side. I'm gonna see if I can get her to turn, but she's like, no, lady, feed me. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, see? I don't know if you can see it. Either way, I'm gonna salt the tank, make sure that no bacterial issues erupt from that, and to help it heal. All right, you guys, I know this one is a little longer than I've done previously, but yeah. Hope everyone has a good night.